Thanks for that, Walt. I guess I'm still having some trouble with it, so if anyone listening on the 6-4 repeater, we'll hold the dead on the 147.39 repeater. Cue to that, please.
Okay, Neil, you're broken up, but I did hear the 137, I think it's the 139 repeater, is that correct?
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is K3HKI, net control for the St. Mary's County Amateur Radio Association, weekly net. We have QSY'd the net to this frequency for this evening's broadcast. My name is Neil, and my call sign is AC3CU. The net is open to all amateur radio operators, and all are welcome. The purpose of this net is to provide the latest information concerning the St. Mary's County Amateur Radio Association and its activities. This is net control. I will take check-ins at this time. Please use the phonetics and tell me your name and location. Also use the hesitation method so we don't interfere with each other. Are there any officers waiting to check in? Please call now.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Romeo Whiskey Echo, Brad in California.
This is the number N38K, John Lexington Park.
Okay, we got KC3RW Brad. Good evening, sir. And we have N38K John. Good evening, John. Are there any echo link? Correction, there's no echo link on this repeater. Are there any mobiles or repeaters? Please call now. There are no mobiles. All guests and members, please check in now.
This is Whiskey 3, Oscar Sierra Tango, Rick in Mechanicsville.
I got AC3FE, John. Good evening, sir. You're a little scratchy, but I got you. And W3OST, good evening, Rick. Are there any additional check-ins? Please call now. All right, here, no additional check-ins at this time. We'll come back to that. Let's go to top of the list here. Let's go to KC3RW. Brad, if you have anything for us on tonight, for tonight's from the officers.
Yeah, good evening, Neil, and everyone on the net. Thanks for running the net, Neil. And I appreciate you switching over to this repeater. It seems to come in better for me here. Really nothing from the treasurer to announce. I would like to announce that we did have an in-person testing session this past Sunday at the fire department up in Hollywood. We had 3 folks. We had one person get their technician, and one person upgrade to general, and one person upgrade to extra, and they all did very well on the exam, so that went really well. And I believe we have another in-person scheduled in June, but I'm not sure if it's before field day or after field day. I'm not sure when it is, but I know JD put out the announcement, so we'll get some more folks. And the only other announcement that's kind of ham radio related, if you're one of those that look at special events, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is on right now, and they usually have their special event prior to each of the races that's there throughout the year. So they had one back in April, and then of course the 500s this weekend, so they're on right now, and then they'll have another one in August. And if you get 2 out of the 3, I think they give you a certificate. But they're on right now and very active, so that's all I have. I'll pass it back to you, Neil, KC3RWE.
Oh, thanks for that, Brad. I was curious. It's good to know about the Indianapolis races. I have to check into that here real soon here and see if I can get into them here as soon as I get my HF stuff all together here. Let's go down to N38K. John, do you have anything for us, sir?
Hey, good evening, Neil and Brad, and I think Brett. I think that's all of us tonight so far. Maybe there's a few people waiting to check in. So this Thursday we had the club meeting. I forgot about something I had going on, so I'm going to be in West Virginia this Thursday, and I will miss the club meeting. If I have an opportunity and the Zoom is up, I will check in on Zoom from my phone. Let me grab an echo here. So we had an in-person Aries meeting last night, and it was kind of interesting that a couple of folks in there did not realize, and I've seen them in the Aries meeting before, and they did not realize that we had a local club going on here. So hopefully they're listening and get them to check in. When somebody comes back with the PL of this repeater, maybe they're trying to plug it in or look it up, I'm not sure. I also made an announcement on the 6-4 just before you, Neil, but it doesn't look like anybody's lurking over there either. Let's see what else. We had a pretty good turnout on the Aries in person last night, so I was pleased. And one of the guys said that he submitted an application and hadn't heard a response or got sent back or something. I don't know. And it was right after you left, Brad. So if he'd have said it about 2 minutes sooner, he could have talked to you directly. But we'll get that figured out next meeting with him. I obviously told them about the club meeting this Thursday, so hopefully they'll be checking into that. If I think of anything else, I'll come back with a recheck. Seems like there's something else I can't think of right now. So anyway, back to you, Neil. This is N38K.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, John. Yeah, we had a pretty good meeting last night. I wasn't worried that some of the people there didn't know we had a club going. Glad that they finally found out. Hopefully they'll come and join us. Kind of wondering if we're going to have I just lost the name of the thing I'm thinking of here. For the meeting that we had last week. Be interested if it was going to be going on. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of Pete or have Pete. Hopefully he's listening. Maybe we can get some information on that if we're going to have a Zoom up for that meeting. Weather is bad I probably won't make the meeting, but if it's on Zoom, I definitely won't make the meeting. So with that, we'll go down to AC3FE. John, what have you got for us, sir?
Good evening, this is John, AC. Nothing fantastic. As we said last night, the meeting last night was very good. We probably covered a fair bit of stuff in that. Last Thursday, Zoom meeting, I think we're in good shape for the... that being said, I'll hand it back to you. Thank you very much. This is AC3FE. Over.
Well, thanks for that, John. I'm glad you're still hanging in there, and you sounded a whole lot better that time on the radio. No scratches or anything. It sounds loud and clear. So let's go down to W3OST. Rick, what have you got for us, sir?
Yeah, good evening, Neil, and everybody on the net tonight. Yeah, I don't have much for the net tonight, other than I'll see you all Thursday at the club meeting. So I'll turn it back over to net control. This is W3OST.
Oh, roger that, Rick. Thanks for that, and hopefully we'll see you there. If not, I'm going to be on Zoom, so if we got it going, so definitely we'll be attending one way or the other. It depends on the weather. That's the bottom of the list. Are there any additional check-ins to the St. Mary's County Amateur Radio Association Weekly Net? Please call now.
This is Kilo Alpha 3 Whiskey Alpha Papa. Steve in Lexington Park, Maryland.
We picked up KE3WP. Steve, what have you got for us tonight, sir? It's not a topic, so what have we got?
Not too much. Heard you guys talk about the Indy 500. You know, I grew up just outside of Turn 3 there at the track in Eagledale. I used to hear those cars every day when they'd be out practicing before the races. I used to sneak in and watch the 500 because there's a little creek that runs outside of the track, and you go underneath this chain link fence, and then it takes you right inside the spectator area. So there's a couple times I got to sneak in there. I always had a good time. Always liked following the races. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. I just kind of luck into what channel to tune in for this net. Seems like it's different every time. KA3 WAP, I'm clear.
Well, thanks for that, Steve. Glad you didn't get caught slipping into the raceway track there. Glad you had a good time. It would have been really neat to see them practicing and stuff. So maybe you can try to get on the HF frequencies there. Check in on their the nest they got going there. That's the bottom of the list. Is there any additional check-ins? Please call now.
This is Oscar Alpha 8.
This is W3GYT. I'll copy.
Hey, I got W3GYT. I got you here, Walt. You're loud and clear. And I heard W3 Oscar Alpha. I didn't get the last of the call sign out. Please come back again.
Kilo Charlie
Oscar Alpha 8 Hollywood.
All right, I got you. KC3WOA. Abe, excuse me, sir. You're turning it up here. We don't have a topic, so if you got anything for us, come back, please.
I don't have much. I'm doing a little bit of HF this past week, but that's about it. Looking forward to music for sure. That's really all for me. KC3 Whiskey Oscar Alpha.
All right, Abe. Thanks for checking in, stopping by. It's always good to hear people dropping on the net here. So let's go down to W3GYT. Walt, what have you got for us, sir?
This is W3GYT to Net Control. Good evening. Cat Chenille here on another frequency. Two things on my mind. I posted a note on groups and that I'd like to have put on the menu on the agenda for Thursday night is the dues increase. And there's another item here is I will do breakfast with hams, and that's coming up on the 1st of June, so it's a couple weeks away, but we'll hold forth on that one. That'll be at IHOP again on Saturday morning early at 0800. The other thing that comes to mind here for some of us old-timers is that we're coming up on the 6th of June. 6th of June, 1944, the Allies stormed the beaches there at Normandy and a number of other places. And the war on the continent began at that time on the 6th of June. So it's an 80-year anniversary when that occurred. And I can attest to the fact that I was 12 at the time, and I do remember the newspapers, and that's what we had at the time, saying, the Allies have advanced to that point. Also for John, who helped me with the mic here, that's why I'm on the air. I appreciate that. And for Jim, KB1YZ, I'd be willing to take his spot here, which is coming up on the 4th of June. So there was a couple things. Back to Net Control.
Well, thanks for that, Walt. Glad to mention the 80-year anniversary of the war. I was around, but I don't remember a whole lot because I was a lot younger than you were, but I do remember headlines and stuff like this. And in fact, that ration was in place and we couldn't get a lot of stuff. We had to go, had to really work things out. The other stuff that we already got, I think it's already on the agenda for the first topics you brought up. And hopefully we'll see you there at the meeting on Thursday. If not, I'll be on Zoom. So glad to see you. Hopefully I'll be able to make breakfast with hams one of these days. All right, well, that's the bottom of the list. Are there any additional check-ins? Please call now. Okay, there'll be no additional check-ins or business for the net. This will conclude tonight's net. We'd like to remind all of our listeners that the St. Mary's County Amateur Radio Association can be found on the web at groups smcara.groups.io. That's smcara.groups.io. This is Net Control. Return the repeater to normal amateur use. Thanks all for checking in and participating in the net. Without you, we wouldn't have a net. I want to thank the maintainers of the net and owners of the net for allowing us to use. At this time, the net is closed. This is K3HKI, Claire.